Hey folks, welcome to Speedbump. It's a Mario race for 30 minutes on SMB3 on the advance carts, the e-reader stages.
Yeah, so there's a giant list of stages here, and we are only measuring them on whether or not they clear the levels. So there's a lot of extra challenge in these levels, but if they just stick to completing the levels and don't try to get fancy with it, we should see a lot of levels get cleared here. So the winner will be whoever completes the most levels in 30 minutes.
9 players, one not shown because we ain't got that kind of space.
All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and give them the countdown then if you're ready.
I'm good to go.
Nice. So yeah, this has a handful of, where it says Classic World, those are SMB1 stages that have been remade in the SMB3 engine. But this does get pretty wild. If they're smart, they will start with the SMB1 levels, just because those are predictable, straightforward. They're not trying to do anything fancy. But some of these other ones have mechanics that are not included in SMB3. Like they added special things just for the Game Boy Advance version, just for the e-reader levels. So some levels have like charge and chucks from Super Mario World in them. Some of them have like new costumes and powers. There's a lot of variety here.
I'll mess with my layout a bit while we race.
So we still got players tackling the SMB1 levels. Again, they're just being measured on the number of levels they complete, so this is a really smart play to just get these easy ones out of the way.
Sure.
If you know what you're doing, you can get through these pretty fast.
I think you should not waste your time on some of these levels because they are there is one that's nothing but the bouncing note blocks, and it's got the chain chomps that spit fireballs flying through the air. Just because it does. I wouldn't do that one.
They've been told they can skip levels, they can go in any order they want to. All I care about at the end of this 30 minutes is the number of levels they've completed. A lot of the stages, what makes them really tricky is if you're playing through, like if you were to sit down and play through these, you'd probably want to get the advanced coins as well because they are the extra challenge that's been added with these e-reader levels. Our players don't care about any of that. So most of these levels are relatively straightforward. Go from the left, get to the right. But you know, some of these levels in the e-reader packs get pretty nightmarish.
Took a shortcut pipe, got a flower item box. That counts as a clear.
Pretty sure Saxy is playing the exact level you mentioned.
Yes, looks like it. There he is. I don't remember what that jerk is called, but it's one of the worst Mario enemies of all time. I'd rather deal with Hammer Brothers. At least I understand them. I guess it's definitely an experience thing. I think if I kept fighting those guys enough, I would. They just show up like twice in Mario 3 on an auto-scroller even, and then that's it. Never again. And they spit a fireball every like 8 seconds or something. And otherwise they fly at you non-stop. They will not leave the screen on their own. They'll just chase you down. Not my favorite enemy.
I don't blame you. The levels that they're in are already bad levels, so it's hard for me to divorce my feelings about them from those levels, but the levels that they're in are nasty. I actually don't know it's now occurring to me, I don't know offhand if there is a punishment for game overing in this, like if you actually run out of lives. It never occurred to me to actually check what that's about. Anyway, hope they get enough lives.
I don't know if you even lose lives. I guess you do.
Pretty sure you might need to manually save. I feel like I should pass that information along to players.
It is Mario 3, so they will get 1-ups pretty generously. This is, Nintendo's like, I don't know about extra lives. Let's just give them 3,000 of them. Is that good? Okay. We'll just do that every time for a while. Two Boom Booms here. My favorite Mario Maker. Just what I needed. A frog suit.
The one suit that everyone is craving. There are not enough water levels, I feel like, in SMB3 to warrant the existence of the frog suit, if I'm being perfectly honest.
It's also one of those things where you have to know in advance. It would be okay if he was better on land. I know what they wanted to do. It is more warranted than Rush Marine, I guess. Author Blues is a big Mega Man head, so he knows all about that.
Yeah, I love Rush Marine. I love that little submarine dog.
I think it's only in one game. And in that game that it's in, you have the best Rush Jet ever. And you can use that instead of Rush Marine.
Is that in 5 or 6?
3. It's almost there.
Okay, because you said best Rush Jet, which is Super Arrow.
I like the Super Arrow a lot, but the best Rush Jet is still better than that because it gives you 100% control and you can jump to stop energy being used. So you have pretty much as much energy as you want, and you can do it in like 360 directions.
Uh-oh, Digi found the Charging Chuck. Definitely a character from Super Mario Bros. 3.
Love that guy. Love football. And baseball. Occasionally boulders. Well, lots of players tonight is fun. If you'd like to join us next week, probably going to do another race similar length. Won't be Mario, I bet. But we'll see what it is.
You don't know, I like Mario.
Yeah, he's okay.
I'm always on the lookout for that funny little red guy.
Yeah, you know, they keep telling me Gino should be in Smash, but Mario's already there. They already got that Mario RPG representation. I don't know what they're looking for.
When are they going to finally add Mallow to Smash? I noticed no one ever is clamoring for Mallow in Smash. I think that's kind of messed up.
Yeah, I don't really understand the appeal of Gino over Mallow. I guess guns? I don't... Mallow would be extremely interesting. He'd be like Mr. Fantastic style fighting. Like he'd be reaching across the screen punching and he'd be summoning lightning bolts sometimes. His ice...
Mallow would be having the best time too.
You could be doing all kinds of crazy stuff with that fella. Gino's just another gun guy. You could do a couple things with him, I guess. The important thing is...
Does Smash really... I mean, does Smash really need another frog though? We've already got Yoshi.
Yeah, we don't need any more sword users. People contend Frog from Chrono Trigger, but I'm like, I like him too, but like, you've got like 5 of those kind of guys already. I don't think that him or Cloud would add too much of a difference. Anyway, I don't even play Smash, so what do I? Though I would probably play it for a minute. Only a minute if Malo were in it. I'd play a couple games. Nintendo, are you listening? Would you like my attention for 5 minutes? You all loaded up.
Capturing that desperate Smite audience. Yeah.
Yeah, we check out that smash orb, then we'll turn it off. Honestly, they gave me like 6 smash orb attacks in Mario RPG just now, so I'm good.
All right, we got some players moving on from some of these levels, giving them trouble. This is exactly what we expected, though. Some of these levels are pretty tricky, so you're not getting too hung up on ones that are giving you trouble is good.
This desert stage is gross. You do have a fire flower, though, and they are not using it on the trucks as much as they should be. I think that they don't recognize maybe that it actually does damage them, because it sure does.
Yeah, if it's like Super Mario World, you have to just keep firing fireballs to damage them. It doesn't look like it's doing anything, but it does.
It takes 8, I think. Or a couple jumps mixed in. A couple people have beaten that desert stage.
Nice. Yeah, in Super Mario World in particular, it takes 3 fireballs, but there's like a cooldown on it.
Using the frog suit on, what is that, 4-2 or something like that, in Mario 1.
Oh, yeah.
Like the first water stage ever. I guess it's 2-2 maybe.
2-4.
Yeah.
Or 2-3, sorry.
The big turnip throw. So this game mixes in mechanics from all of your favorite Mario games.
The gang's all here.
Well, it's just Mario, but he's got his moves.
Well, you can switch to Luigi if you really want to. Do we have anyone who's insisted on playing as Luigi? I don't see anyone.
Doesn't look like it. You'd even get that Luigi voice actor, probably.
Yeah, there's a tile on the overworld that you can click that'll switch between Mario and Luigi in case you want to play as the less handsome brother.
The Luigi voice actor is the same one, but he sounds a little different.
Oh, it's different physics as well? Oof.
Yeah, that would make sense. Just what I needed. Yoo-hoo.
Just what I needed.
I listened to a remix of Blur Woohoo with all the woohoos replaced by Mario. Woohoo! It was pretty good. Pretty good mix. Oh no! Tarragon got fooled by the timing on that jump.
Oh no.
I was gonna say they have the flights so they could hover a little bit, get themselves a couple more seconds.
How are our players doing on lives? It seems like everyone's keeping a decent stock of lives. That deaths have not been the sort of deciding factor. Okay, I think Okami has realized that the strategy here might just be to clear out one column of coins so that you leave the door available.
Tarragon has missed it again. Okami's going in for it now.
Yeah, with a bit of thinking, you can turn this from a timing puzzle into... Yeah, exactly like that.
Yeah. You don't have to do this nonsense. What good does it do? Is that just for a coin? Was it just a waste of time?
I guess it was just for a medal, yeah.
A fool.
It has been explained to them that level completion's all we care about, but with a level like this, you have no idea which direction you're supposed to go.
Yeah, who knows where that door is gonna take you.
So I'm sure Okami is currently cursing the time wasted on trying to get that advanced medal.
Tarragon's still working on it. I think they fell for the coin trap twice. I wonder if they can get in the door. Maybe. Probably. Yes. Now they're gonna find out it was useless. But hey, in the door.
But at least you got there, and that's what matters, right?
The only thing in that door is the coin and a way to fix it so you can escape, so you don't soft lock on the door. Digi's out on what I would consider probably one of the top 3 worst stages in the entire set. This awful mess.
It seems to me like Okami cut his losses and just said, this is not worth it. Moving on to a different level. And I think that's probably pretty smart. If this level was stumping him, then there's really no reason to stick around.
Oh, caught a mushroom. Digi, nice work. I think that you should probably try and kill the chain chomp who's chasing you, whatever this guy's name is. Fire chomp. He is real bad news. He needs to go away. You're not gonna ditch him by jumping around.
Well, I don't know this level's gimmick that Okami's on. At the very beginning, he collected a coin that told him what seems to be that he has to collect 110 coins.
Digi beat that stage. That bodes well for their success rate. If they can beat that, they can beat most all of this. The other bad levels include the very final level, which is a castle maze, and there's a bunch of spikes, and the only way across them is to bounce off of enemies that you can't really see. And then there's a stage that is just riding on those parabeetles through the sky. There's no other platforms. There's a couple speedrun stages that are disgusting. Those probably are actually the worst ones. Figuring out the trick that they're looking for in them probably would take the whole 30 minutes.
Are they that bad, really?
I think they're very obtuse. And
Okay.
you either get them or you're stuck. If you don't play Mario a lot, it would be very easy to not understand what they want.
Sure.
There's a couple speed stages that are just like the 1 and 3 where you have to run through Star Run. Yeah, if you've played Super Mario Maker, you probably are familiar with the kind of stuff they're looking for with the 19-second clears on the 20-second stages. It's been a while since I played that. I missed versus mode a little bit, if I'm being real. That was fun. Yeah, lose you off the blues. Your mic was doing some noise.
I was sneezing, sorry.
What the?
I muted. Unless you want to hear me sneeze, I gotta mute.
Oh, that's fine. Did you know that there's people, like more than one, probably like 10, who do super expert Mario Maker 2 all day long, all day, just over and over, and they never lose?
I feel really bad for them.
I watched one of them. They're all at like past 20,000. I think one of them finally. I kind of want to go see the despair of when they finally dropped off and lost all their lives. One of them finally died at like 20,500 clears or something like that.
Yeah.
Dying being, you know, they had 99 Marios over and over again, all the way to 20,000 stage clears on Super Expert, the disgusting stages. The ones that I'd be lucky to beat like 10 of. And just being able to get lives out of those consistently.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of life scamming methods you can use, so...
Yeah, if you can do it off of any turtle shell and the right block orientation, and you can get 3, but you're always limited to 3, so you need to at least be able to get through the stage in 3 tries or you can't break even. And that's if they give you anything at all to work with. A whole lot of those super expert stages are... There's a hidden block somewhere with a key in it, or it's just complete garbage, or it's an impossible speedrun stage where you're meant to die 300 times.
I can't imagine anyone still playing Mario Maker 2.
Theoretically, it's a game that would generate some content. It's not like it gets
Yeah.
updates though.
I know when I just left the race room open and labeled it 30-minute Mario race, several of them were worried that I was going to make them play Grand Poo World 3, which just came out. The
I've
big
never
Kaizo
played.
hack that everyone's playing.
Much like any of the other Mario ROM hacks, I've never played those.
It's very funny to me that these e-reader levels don't even really care all that much about the fact that this is SMB3. They're just like, yeah, just put whatever in.
They found a way. They just throw it in there, yeah. GBA Force here. I think I never realized that the GBA was basically a portable SNES and has some good capabilities. I always treated it like it was just Game Boy Color.
If I'm not mistaken, the assembly language it uses is relatively similar, which makes some of the porting easier. Now that I've said that out loud, though, I realize I'm not worried. I'm worried that that I'm wrong.
If you watch the racing room in the Discord, that's the room you'll need to be ready to join for these races next week. There's a guide in the pins, probably. But you would type /join and then the name of the room once it's made. If you can get people to join, you can make your own, but we'll be broadcasting the one that we make for this.
Every Sunday night after Arcade Pit. Okay.
What do you think of the addition of voice clips to your Mario game?
I mean, I love that just what I needed sound clip. They used it in like every single one of the advanced games. It's fantastic. I speedran the Super Mario World for GBA in a different lifetime, and I've heard those voice clips so many times.
They're just gonna copy paste this Mario World boss right in here, huh? I see.
No shame. There's literally no shame. A more modern Nintendo would be embarrassed to copy their own work like that.
Patty was fooled. Thought Mario would use his arms and not his feet to grab that block. Big mistake. That guy loves to jump. He uses his feet for everything. The format in this case is a bit of a hard thing to read. We have 8 players, 9 really, playing whatever levels they want, so we can't really track very easily who's winning at the moment. We can guess, but we're gonna get the score breakdown here in 5 minutes and we'll know who cleared the most stages. Because they can choose any stage they want, we don't have a, you know, if they were just playing Mario 3 I could tell you, because then we would know. But in this case today, with this game, we gave them a big old list of stages. Probably 80, right? And they can play whatever they want out of that list.
There's like 3 or 4 pages worth of stages, and I think each page has like 10 to 15 on it. So I mean, there's a generous number of stages, but as Smite pointed out, and I thought so as well, some of these stages are really challenging. Not all of them, but some of them are very challenging. So we just didn't want someone to get walled on one stage. So we're giving them the flexibility. They can choose what stages they want to do.
Yeah, we usually try and have a more trackable thing But today, because I know some of these stages are disgusting. I've played them myself. Didn't want to make players have to do that.
I
Like
was
Jerry just got-
tempted to write a I was tempted to write a little Lewis script to keep track of it, but then I realized that that's never worked out well.
Yeah, that would be nice. The bridge, it looks like a running bridge with the holes in it. You just run right across, but then it stems upwards and blocks you, and you fall down a pit. It is absolutely just a Mario Maker troll stage move, just to get you. Jerry's working on it right now. It'll only get him once, though, I bet. And what even is that enemy that makes you bounce you can't kill on the ice?
Oh, the Bumpty?
Bumpty. You making up, fellas? Bumpty.
Is that the right name? Anyway, those penguins are from what? Yoshi's Island?
Nice. I don't remember that game very well. I've beaten it twice, but I don't actually remember.
Yeah,
like,
have you 100%ed it, Smite?
I think so.
Good.
Bumpty's being a real piece of crap here. What the? Oh no!
He's edge guarding.
Yeah, I grew up with Nick Arcade. I'm just as old. I met the guy who hosts Nick Arcade at MagFest one year. I have a picture somewhere. Maybe I can find it. While we finish up our race.
Yeah, just a few minutes remaining here. We've gotten, I mean, everyone's gotten quite a few clears under their belt. I'm really interested in seeing how well everyone's done. I feel like I've seen a bunch of clears from Okami and a bunch of clears from Digi. I don't know exactly how many everyone's cleared, though. Jerry's doing one of those speedrun levels you were talking about.
Gross.
I don't know, he was doing pretty well is all I'm saying, you know?
Impossible. Nah, some of them are okay. I like them as a stage idea. It's just when they go overboard, they're unreactable. I hate that. That's one of the things I just can't stand in Mario Maker is a stage that you can't possibly do on the first try.
Right.
It's not what I'm looking for. The speedrun levels tend to be very tightly designed. Which makes sense, but sometimes they're designed in such a way that you can't possibly get it on the first even dozen tries. And even then, they can be very hard. Oh yeah, Phil Moore is his name. He was the Nick Arcade host. He was hosting MagFest Versus, which is a modern Nick Arcade, obviously very similar to my show, especially the live panel. Very similar to the live panel that I do. Obviously not the same as the online show, where I can do all kinds of other stuff, but they have a VR set there that they use to simulate that thing where they green screen the kids back in the 90s to go into a video game. It kind of crashed when I was watching it, but it's a really nice, it's a very well budgeted and well done thing. If you go to MagFest, and boy howdy, it's busy this year coming up. And we'll be there with my panel, which is confirmed by the way. We'll be there with that again, but the Versus panel, if it's there, it's always good. And Proton John also does Throne Controllers usually there. That's another good one. The 3 game shows. Check them all out.
Patty's tackling that really tough level right now with the note blocks, and
yeah,
so he seems like he's afraid to take on the flying chain chomp.
the trick, I guess, to this stage is that there are 2 mushrooms, maybe even a fire flower in a box, and a star that just got wasted. But yeah. They had Fillmore hosting. He isn't the creator, he isn't affiliated with it, I don't think, but he was hosting just on stage doing the announcer work for one of the Versus shows one year. And I think he's trying to get maybe a TV syndicated thing going on for something similar to Nick Arcade or something like that. I was working on that for a minute. I don't know if that ever happened. But yeah, I met him at that event. He knows about my show. Game over. Finally happened.
Oh no.
Mamma mia.
Hopefully it hasn't set anyone too far back. I'd let them tell me how much progress they made. I'm not too worried about it. I ain't trying to punish anyone out here for game overing.
30 minutes has been hit. I found this picture. I'm wearing my dad's gamer jacket that he was going to throw out, which I couldn't believe. It's covered in those old arcade badges that you get for being good at like Space Invaders and stuff. He was just going to throw it away. I'm like, do you even know my career? Hey, give me that piece of gold relic. I want that. It's a really obnoxious yellow though, to be fair. It's like, it's super bright, but whatever. It makes me easy to find.
All right, looks like we got a few pretty high scores. Jerry Harris had 14, Dude had 10, Okami had 14, Saxy had 12. So we had a few high scores. Or are we still waiting on to record their score? Waiting for Rob? Yeah.
That is the e-reader stages, most of them.
Yeah.
Only
Our
like
players did fantastic on that. They actually got more clears than I would have expected in 30 minutes.
breaking into the double digits a little bit. It's like 30%.
Pretty impressive stuff.
Hey, thanks for joining me out the blues.
Take it easy.
That's it for Speed Bump.